Hey guys, Lucar Swag 420 here. So, episode 6 of the Amazing Digital Circus, huh? Pretty cool, huh? Yeah! Lots of good bits, lots of action and drama, lots of angst. Ooh, that angst! Yeah, there's a lot of angst in this series. Like, at least one angsty conversation per episode. Even Pomni bits about it in the 4th episode. And there's like 3 of them in this episode. It's like there's a designated vent button in the circus. Oh, is it vent time already? And on that vent note, Jack's blowing up at Pomni at the end. Going all, I'm just manipulating you. And telling her she means nothing to him. Saying that he wouldn't care if she abstracted. Saying everyone hears his playthings. Which is really fucking corny. Like he was bidding about her being corny in the beginning. Fucking hypocrite. But my main takeaways from this scene, and his scenes from this episode, was how Jax is defined. His archetypes, his relationships, who he was to what he is now. And when watching this episode for the first time, and knowing him from past episodes, seeing him now, was led to one big glaring question as the episode ended.
Why did Jax do that?
Why is he lying? Is he stupid? Yeah. I mean, he's lying and he's not fooling anyone. Not fooling Pomni, not fooling us, not fooling himself. He clearly cares about her. He was worried about her. He was having fun with her. He was buttering her up last episode. And she knows these things. So why he do a 180?
You had a good thing going, you stupid rabbit. You could have shut your mouth, did your bits, had your fun, but no, you and your pride and your ego.
So again, why is he lying? Well, you see, Pomni, we in the psychology business call this self-sabotage. My actions specifically replicate that of avoidant attachment style. Like it's a Yakuza game, No, if its name didn't give it away. Avoidant attachment styles are bits over. I'm not here to dump a bunch of crap on you and run away. I bet that happens enough in your life. But I am indeed here, to analyze and interpret Jax. His beliefs and actions and how they form to explain why he lied. Let's get started. So, Jax. I've got 3 things to say about him to help uncover the truth. By his word, and from what we've seen in this episode and previous ones, he's funny. Making mischief, messing around with everyone, 4th wall breaks.
He's the fun one.
He's like this because he tries to view the circus as a show or a story, and everyone in it as an archetype. I mean, because it is a show, but he doesn't really know that. But those are his words. Anyways, I believe he views everything like this because, like Ragatha was talking about in episode 1, these adventures help distract from the crushing reality that they may be stuck here forever. So he'll cling to these archetypes of him and everyone. If everything's in order, if everything's cartoony and familiar, if everyone's fuck off. If everyone sticks to their dynamic, maybe things won't be so bad. Nothing will change, for the better and worse. And to this, he plays with his friends, like Gangle, Zubul, Ragatha,
For his own amusement. To be funny.
Well, it's just cruel! But in truth, he cares about them. He thinks Gangle likes it when he's mean. He thinks he's just being funny. He likes Gangle better when she's herself, not behind a mask. He tells Ragatha he's not always a bad guy. He talks to Zubul, to everyone. He gets along with them sometimes. Like I was saying earlier, he clearly cares about Pomni. He was all buddy-buddy with her this episode.
And then he pushes her away.
Literally.
He's so fake for that much.
Speaking of pushing away, why does he do that? Well, from what we've seen of him in 2 abstracted characters, Ribbit and Kaufmo, he's afraid of getting close to others, probably fearing they'll abstract one day too. Hell, maybe it had something to do with Ribbit or Kaufmo's abstraction. Maybe both. Maybe that's why he's so fucking haunted. He doesn't want to kill again. Doesn't want to see him go again. Doesn't want to be alone again. So to summarize and combine the first 2 points, he's probably had some experience with Ribbit and or Kaufmo's abstraction. He's watched them come and go, and he's goddamn terrified. So, in some haphazard way, to keep himself from getting close to others, to keep things orderly and familiar and the same, he views everything as a cartoon. I mean, why shouldn't he? He is a cartoon! He's Jax the Jax Rabbit! He's lanky, springy, he's got a cartoony face with cartoony expressions. He's funny! He plays jokes on everyone, he breaks the fourth wall! He's a friggin' cartoon character! He's a cartoon character to himself, and so is everyone to him. To keep things running, to keep things the same, perfectly simple, cartoony. And it works! It works for him, till the cracks start to show, not only subtly, like with Gangle slowly coming out of her emotional shell, or things not going his way here and there, but because he actually makes a real friend. Pomni. Look at him go! Aww. Slowly but surely they're getting close, and now they're as thick as thieves! But Pomni reminds him that they're getting close. She's learning, having fun. And that's not what Jax is supposed to be. He cuts himself off from that in the last episode too. Getting too real. Ragatha also reminds Jax, confronting him about that cartoony part of himself that he's supposed to be. Not a person who can make friends, who can get close and be vulnerable, but an archetype. When Ragatha says he's corrupting her, I think she knows about his archetypical worldview. She says later she failed him. He probably wasn't always this way. Maybe she had a hand in it, or lack thereof. So maybe to save her own skin in the challenge, or just confront him there, or maybe to try to reach him again, she points out this corruption, making Pomni like him. And not in the way of making her a trickster and a goofball like him. I mean, he'd lovingly own up to that. A Pomni mini-me. Oh. But no, she's pointing out to Jax that he's making her archetypical, like him. And Jax hates that. She knows what's wrong with him. She's using his cartoony logic against him. Literally, too. And when he's the butt of the joke, when he's called out for what he's doing, he hates that. He hates her words, but doesn't let her see them. Maybe he hates them so much because of how true they are. He hates being reminded of who he truly is, a person, not a cartoon. He hates hearing, seeing, or doing anything that goes against the cartoon he sees the world as. He hates that because it goes against his beliefs, goes against his order. And he knows this order is wrong. He knows it's wrong, but he hates reflecting on himself, whether alone or with another. He hates showing that vulnerability. He doesn't want to be vulnerable again. Being anything but a cartoon. Being anything but orderly and predictable and funny. He has to follow these guidelines, his guidelines to a T to keep sane. And he hates that about himself. He hates what he's become, but sticks to it. In some feeble hope that things will be alright this way. But they're not. When Jax is met with Pomni at the end, he has to give it all up for his stupid belief. She doesn't even really prompt it. He shoehorns it into the conversation, into, his whole, "We are not your kind!" Like, I'll knock the writing down for that. At first, it doesn't really feel natural. But he follows his worldview so far, it warps in on himself. He's not actually funny, he's a tormentor. He's not actually Pomni's friend and teammate. They're strangers. He doesn't actually care about her. He'd move on and forget about her. He's just a cartoon character. The funny one that spices things up, nothing more. To him, no one's a person. He's not a person. They're all archetypes. No depth, no vulnerabilities, nothing to be worried about or fear. Playthings. Pomni getting that close to him refutes all that. Earlier, by his own words, she's the one who hasn't figured that out yet. She's not an archetype, she's a person. And when she calls him out for the very thing he's afraid of, the reason he thinks that way, abstraction, he loses it. He's confronted with the futility of himself in every sense. So, he lies about everything. But even then, the truth slips out. He brushes her off. He says she can't take a joke because he regrets it. He regrets yelling at her, doing all this. He says he doesn't care about her, but he can't bring himself to hurt her. It's just yelling at her and telling her there's nothing more to him than a cartoon. And because of that, he's not worth it. He's lying so far up his own ass, his voice echoes. And no one's fooled. God damn! He's so damn haunted by his past, his fears and vulnerabilities. He's so afraid of the truth that his view is wrong that he almost abstracts. But he carries on. What a trooper. What a liar, huh? So, in summary, he went off on Pomni and he literally lied through his teeth that much, literally, because he's afraid. He's afraid that he'll make a friend again. That he'll get hurt or hurt someone again. So he sticks to his cartoony worldview, simplifying everything and everyone to shoot himself off, to keep things orderly. No deep connections or deep emotions. Just simplicity. Just order and familiarity. This doesn't work, clearly, because he befriends Pomni, going against his own mind. And from there, confronted with that friendship, it all comes crashing down. Because he's wrong about everything. And he hates everything. Everything that he's done, believes in, and is. He looks stupid. Is there any redemption for him? I don't know, maybe. Let's draw straws and see. I mean, he's still an asshole, but now we know why. He's a pretty giant asshole at that. His dehumanizing cope, his stupid fucking cope, doesn't just hurt him, but others around him too. Like Gangle. Like she's fucking terrified of him. God, I could just go on and on about Gangle or Agatha, but I've made my point. So yeah, pretty cool, huh? Alright, that's all I've got. If you picked up on anything else, share in the comments. I'd love to read it. Anyone else? I love you! Have a nice day, bye. Sounds like Jax is disturbed by his past, huh? The past still haunts you.
Something's calling him. Calling him. To the dungeon.
Alright, that's all I've got. Bye!